As millions around the nation somberly observed the 10th anniversary of the September 11, 2001 attacks on America, a Chechen immigrant named Tamerlan Tsarnaev stood inside the second-floor apartment at 12 Harding Avenue in Waltham, Massachusetts, a relatively quiet suburb just 11 miles west of Boston. The apartment belonged to his friend Brendan Mess, a 25-year-old college graduate who had done little with the degree in professional writing he had earned from Champlain College 3 years before. Mess was a stoner who had supported himself by selling marijuana and possibly other drugs out of his apartment, a place he had been living in for less than a month and had rarely left. Neighbors had noticed a steady stream of visitors coming and going, but those living on Harding Avenue preferred Brendan Mess over the previous renters, who had used the apartment like a frat house, partying until dawn on many occasions. He lived in the second-floor apartment with his girlfriend, Hilda Eltalib, whose name appeared on the rental lease. Recently, Mess had invited another friend to live with them, 31-year-old Eric Weissman, who had just been kicked out of his own apartment in nearby Roslindale after police raided the place and seized a large stash of drugs and cash. Weissman needed a place to crash while he got back on his feet financially, and his buddy Brendan had been willing to help. Both knew the situation was temporary, because although Eric Weissman was also a stoner and low-level pot dealer, he was actively pursuing bigger things. The bespectacled native of Cambridge, Massachusetts, considered himself a businessman first and foremost. Along with two friends, he had founded a small company called Hitman Glass, which manufactured Chihuly-inspired ornamental marijuana pipes to take advantage of the rapid decriminalization of marijuana sweeping through parts of the country. Weissman's partner had just opened a shop in the outskirts of Los Angeles, and Eric was planning to head west once his legal problems were taken care of in Massachusetts. The raid on his Roslindale apartment had followed an arrest in 2008 for marijuana possession with intent to distribute after he had been pulled over by police while carrying a large brown paper bag filled with smaller plastic bags of pot. The decriminalization of pot wasn't happening fast enough for Weissman, who was also a presence within the Boston hip-hop scene. He'd even helped finance the second album for a local artist he dubbed Virtuoso. Another friend of Brendan Mess, Raphael "Raffy" Tekken, was also in the second-floor apartment that night. Tekken had graduated from Brookline High School in 1992 and prestigious Brandeis University, located right in Waltham, in 1998. At age 37, he was several years older than both Mess and Weissman, but the three men bonded through their shared Jewish heritage and their love of marijuana. Although an athlete in high school, Tekken had set aside his passion for swimming and most other sports as he got older. He enjoyed getting high, but according to those who knew him, he had never pushed his lifestyle on others and was considered a trusted friend who wanted to help people. When his cousin was forced out of her home after a devastating fire, Tekken worked tirelessly to collect donations for the family. According to their friends, neither Weissman nor Tekken was capable of violence. Brendan Mess, however, was considered a skilled mixed martial artist, and in 2010 had gotten arrested for assaulting several people at a store in Cambridge. Still, the trio resembled characters from a Seth Rogen comedy more than they did real hardcore gangbangers. No one could have imagined what they were all about to face. Tamerlan Tsarnaev was another friend of Brendan Mess. The two had become close after meeting at a local gym. Both were physical creatures, Tamerlan more so than Mess, who despite his martial arts prowess was deemed by some to be soft. Tamerlan, a Muslim, considered Mess to be his closest Jewish friend. Out of deference to his pal's religious beliefs, Mess even asked his girlfriend Hilda to cook only halal meat, permissible to Muslims, when Tamerlan would visit. Hilda was Muslim herself, but not the practicing kind. An African immigrant, she had refused to follow strict Muslim doctrine when she arrived in the United States. Hilda didn't pray much, nor did she wear a traditional hijab to cover her head and chest. She also drank alcohol, which drew concern from Tamerlan when he was around. "You're not doing the things Muslim women do," Tamerlan had scolded her during one visit. Hilda didn't perceive his words to be threatening.